that picture of him, Braun, and KD, I was getting geeked. I'm gonna have that framed up. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to put that in my grandma's crib. I'm gonna have to move that MLK picture, the Obama picture, and put that motherfucker right there.
What is going on? It is the Art Recording Podcast. We are back with another episode. It's the young Rottweiler, Ethan Hamilton. And I'm 007 Gage Sutton. Thank you guys for tuning back into the Art Recording Podcast. If you're new here, sorry about that. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video, share with a friend. And it helps us out a lot. Free, easy way to help us out. And let's get right into it, man, because it's been a week since our last episode, and we talked a lot about the Olympics, and I feel like that's been the only thing going on for the last week.
Which I'm cool with.
Me too.
The Olympics has been great. Like this, it's been track season really the past week and a half, and because I think by the end of this week, by the time the pod comes out, I think it'll be the end of the Olympics. Monday or Tuesday, I think is the last day. So I've just been watching the Olympics for the most part.
Yeah, and I gotta say, man, as much fun as all of the other events were, we got some great moments. The shooting pose that all of the winners are doing now. We had a lot of great events, but I think you pointed out on the last podcast that the 100 meter and a lot of the track and field events feel like the core of the Olympic Games. Like this is what people come to see who the fastest people in the world.
I told you you tried to downplay it. That's all everybody's been talking about for the past week.
It's crazy, actually, because I didn't agree with you because I thought there were so many other sports that really, and I think it's fair that the conversation we had last week with like soccer and basketball and some of these other sports would be in different positions if like the rules were different. But track, man, it's taken over the world by storm, and we could talk about all of the actual like athletic side of it. But can we talk about just how fine these track women are? Can we just give them a round of applause?
Round of applause to the beautiful track women all across the world. Because as far as I'm concerned, you hold the title for finest women on the planet. The track and field women we have seen so far in this Olympics, the track and field women we've seen so far this Olympics, chef's kiss. They have looked absolutely beautiful, and I guess they're talented too. No, they like, boy, I'm telling you, I'm getting into high jump, long jump, all this stuff, the 400 meter, the marathon, just to take a peek, just to take a look. They look absolutely fantastic. Track women, baddest women on the planet for sure.
Hey, and we for the people that were giving Jonathan Owens safety for the Chicago Bears crap for wearing his wife's gold medal, Simone Biles. If my wife was a track athlete, she got a gold medal, I'm rocking that shit, man. I don't care.
If my wife was a whatever event and she got a gold medal, she was a shooter, I'm wearing it. Fencing, wearing it. Whatever. If my wife wins a medal, period, I'm rocking that motherfucker. I don't get why it's such a big deal that he was wearing it, but it's Simone, so I get it. Everybody always has something to say about Simone, but
I love Simone,
man.
I give her props too,
Simone,
man.
Suni, all the girls, Jordan Childs.
Hey, we have
girls, man.
Hey, we have a special, or I guess like a closer connection to gymnastics because your brother is a very good gymnast, and I started
Don't gas him. Hey. Nah, he's good. He's
very good. I mean, hey, say what you want, but watching him over the last couple of years, I think like just seeing how invested he is and seeing like all the work he's put into it has gotten me like to appreciate the sport of gymnastics a little bit more. And this Olympics, I think, was like I'd always had an appreciation for it, but this one was really like, damn, this is so impressive. Yeah, man, everything they do is just. It's so cool. It takes years of work. I see Nico putting in all of that work right now at the college level, and seeing these women put in this work for 4 years to go out there and perform and do some shit I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, Sydney McLaughlin about doing. She broke again the 400 meter hurdles world record again. She's an absolute monster, an all-timer for sure. No, I'm having so much fun. But I think the highlight of track and field so far, it's got to be Noah Lyles. Noah Lyles coming into this. I don't think I've ever seen an American athlete hated as much from an American perspective that Noah Lyles was hated. Oh my gosh, everybody was on his head. NBA community, the track community, everybody was on his head, especially after his comments. What was it during COVID? Talking about world champion of what today, which was a factual correct statement. We covered it on the pod. It was a factually correct statement.
I didn't agree with his statement, but yes, he was factually, like, technically correct. But continue.
Yes, like, and for him to talk that talk and back it up, especially because everybody was getting on his head. Pause. During the the heats and the semifinals going into the final of the 100 meters, because he was coming in second, or he just wasn't like dominating. And for him to win what I consider the greatest 100-meter race I've ever seen, it was so good. It just sucks that track is not every 4 years, but it sucks that the masses only care about track every four years when the Olympics. And I'm not saying this as the biggest track fan in the world. Like, I would say I'm like a casual track fan, but I just wish there was more ways to get involved with it. I'm definitely tapping more into track after this Olympics for sure.
Yeah, I saw this thing about Noah Lyles recently, and obviously, like, people have their problems with him because of his comments about the NBA. I think there were some people who thought he took shots at Usain Bolt, but I don't think that's the case. I think he has a lot of
him and Bolt are
respect
cool.
for Bolt. Yeah. But one thing I did see was Noah Lyles was invited to an Adidas event. I think this was like last year when Anthony Edwards was getting his shoe, his signature shoe or whatever. And there was a comment from Noah Lyles that came out, and he was basically saying, like, why are you guys giving this guy his own signature shoe? He's only been in the league for 2 years, hasn't even made a finals. I'm over here winning gold medals, and you guys aren't giving me any kind of shit. And, like, I kind of, like, see where he's coming from. It's like, yeah, you're one of the most, like, decorated athletes in this country, and you should be recognized as such. But let's just be real here. I mean, like, he shouldn't have come at Anthony Edwards that way, because Anthony Edwards it's not his fault. He's just playing in a country where basketball.
The thing I've noticed about Noah Lyles is he is talented enough where he is one of the best in the world, no doubt. As far as he's concerned and we're concerned, he owns the title of the fastest man in the world as far as being an active runner. Even though he might not have the fastest time, he won the gold medal at the 100 meters, right? And he's a showman. He is a showman. I feel like that's what track has been missing, especially since Bolt left. Is someone like that, a character, someone that's not afraid to beat a villain, someone that's not afraid to put their nuts on a fucking line and talk crazy and back it up. That's the thing. Like, everybody, a lot of people wanted him to lose. A lot of Americans wanted him to lose, which I don't get. Like, it's good for us if he wins. You know what I'm saying? And for him to back it up the way that he did, because I don't think he's like he's a gracious loser too, which I don't mind. Like, bro, when he thought he lost to Kashane, the Jamaican, he told him, like, he said, "Hey, big bro, I thought you won." Like, hey, that's cool with me. And he hasn't shown the ability not to be able to take the heat, not to be able to take the pressure. If anything, he rose to the occasion. Yeah, he didn't win his event, the 200 meters, right? Well, that leads to a lot of things. Like, it turns out that he had COVID.
And people were like, I don't know if you saw the video too. I'm assuming you did, of him like getting hyped up before the race. Everyone was like, how did he have all this energy and didn't manage to finish first? I mean, at the end of the day, if he has COVID and still won a bronze medal, you have to give him respect.
He still won bronze. I feel bad that he wasn't able to compete in the 4x4, because he would have been the anchor on the 4x4, because the men kind of shit the bed today. Shit the bed for sure. I think they didn't even medal because they fucked up on the second leg. But the point being is, like, hey, shout out to Noah Lyles. I think he's cemented himself as one of the great sports supervillains. I really think he has. Because there's different categories to being a sports villain, right? You got a sports villain from the moment, that, like, in the moment. For example, right? Trae Young and New York, right?
Yeah.
One of the newer ones. What he was able to do just in that playoff series against the Knicks, it was dope. I don't think the Knicks are going to have the same disdain that they have for Trae Young as maybe like a Reggie Miller of the past, but it kind of reminded people of, like, okay, that's a real sports villain right there. Now, he doesn't have no problem talking shit to the fans, talking shit to the players, and backing it up. But there's something about, like, an all-timer sports villain where they're so good that they're undeniable. Like, it's dominant. I'll give you an example. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. They were so good that everybody hated them, but you couldn't stop them from winning. Partly because they're cheaters, but also because they were so good at what they did. They were so good. And I think Noah Lyles is getting into that territory of being so good that nobody can stop him except for maybe COVID. But
no, I mean, I'm with you, bro. As much as I disagree with the statement that Noah Lyles made about the NBA when we covered it back then, and I definitely do see his role as a supervillain, and I think I applaud it because this is at the international level too. Like, usually this is the Olympics, man. This happens every 4 years. This is a one time. The United States is unified. We are all together. We're all in this together. Go US for everything. Except this time it was the US versus the US. And it's just everyone hating on Noah Lyles. And
I have no problem. And he, like I said, Noah Lyles stood 10, and he stood 10 toes in it, which I love. But the U.S. men's basketball team showed up to hate watch the 100 meters. I know what some people are saying. Oh, it's the 100 meters. It's the marquee event of the thing. Who doesn't want to see it? Yeah, but we know why y'all showed up to watch Noah Lyles. Noah Lyles is better than me. If I was Noah Lyles and I heard that the U.S. men's national team was stadium side, like court side, watching this, I would have went up after I hugged mom, dad, sis, brother, all them. I'm going up to them first. I'm talking so nutty to them. Well, I'm talking so nutty to them.
I wouldn't yet because
no, even still,
I'm sure Noah Lyles
they came to hate watch. They came to hate watch him. Gage, you telling me you wouldn't have went up to TVUSA if you did that?
Oh,
you're
yeah, I mean,
nicer than me. But you would have thought about it. You would have thought about it.
For sure. But I mean, like, Noah Lyles, again, like, I think it's okay.
And he would have been well within his right to. I thought that would have been a moment. I would have stood up and clapped. If he went for it was talking crazy to Braun and them. Oh my gosh.
Nah, but then Braun would have taken care of business and said, "Hey, Noah, hey, respect, man. You got your gold medal and all, but watch this. We're gonna take care of business and we'll be world champions too, because that's the big thing is world champions. That's where this whole thing started, really. Like, there really should not be any beef. If we like go deep down into the trenches of this, like, we should really like
no. People there shouldn't be any beef. People overreacted to what Noah said.
Yeah, they absolutely.
Your people.
And people are overreacting to did you see what the winner of the 200 said after they asked him if, like, hey, do you want to be like the face of track and field? You won the first gold medal for your country. And he said that he doesn't think he can be because he's not arrogant or
I like that.
as flashy as Noah.
I like that though. I like that because now we got a rivalry going. Because, like I said, he won the event by hook or by crook. He won the event, even if Noah had COVID. He still got the gold in the 200 meter, which is Noah's event. I don't think Noah's tripping too much. I think he would have loved to do the double off it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It is what it is.
Hey, and can we also just take a moment to just appreciate Usain Bolt's greatness? Because after watching Noah Lyles, hey, shout out to Noah Lyles. We've been talking about him this whole time and giving him his props. But what Usain Bolt did in the Olympics, bro,
one of the greatest athletes ever.
Ooh. Unbelievable. Like, he won the 100 and the 200 in three straight Olympics. Like,
and then the 4x4 too.
I think he got one of them taken away because one of the one of the guys was doping, right?
But even still, I counted for both because they still would have won. They still would have won. They had the two fastest guys, him and Johan Blade, the two fastest men who have ever lived. Whoever lives is them two. So I'm with you, man. The track's been great, but now we got to get to
I was gonna say, Ethan,
some more American business.
Yes, I was gonna say, so Ethan, with this American business, because we're talking about the USA basketball team showing up to hate watch Noah Lyles. You don't think Noah Lyles was hate watching the Serbia USA men's basketball game and watching Serbia up 5 points in the fourth quarter, being like, these world champion ass frauds?
I was watching that a little bit too. I was like, boy, if they lose, our video is gonna go double platinum. Our video is gonna go off. What? It was looking shaky. Hey, I gotta give shout out to Serbia, bro. Jokic and Bogdan, they was going nutty.
They were going crazy, but
especially Bogdan. We gotta give credit where credit is due. Because I've been saying this, right? credit where credit's due. International basketball is the best that it's ever been. There's still a big gap between USA and everybody else because I think the US is going to absolutely smoke France. I think Serbia is by far the second best basketball country in the world as far as their national team, right? But what them two were able to do, the world is lucky that Yugoslavia broke up because, boy, the team that Jokic, Luka, all the itches could put together, Yugoslavia will give USA a run for their money. Like, if it was a 7-game series, USA would definitely win in 6.
Hey, then
but
maybe
Yugoslavia getting 2 games.
I was gonna say, then maybe we have the Yugoslavian basketball league, and the NBA isn't the best basketball league in the world, and we don't call them world champions. But that's a different conversation.
Maybe.
But no, dude, I'm 100% with you. Got to shout out Serbia. Got to give props to Jokic and Bogdanovic for hooping their asses off and keeping the U.S. on their toes, man. Keeping them back against the wall the whole game. But I'll tell you where they fucked up. And it was when Bogdanovic hit that 3-pointer and then did the 3 to the dome right to the head.
I loved it. I loved it.
But he fucked up. He fucked up because LeBron said, "For Melo, I'll inherit the beef."
Yeah.
I'm about to take this game over. And that's exactly what Team USA basketball did. LeBron led the charge, obviously, like just being the leader, but you got to give the shout out to the actual like 2 big performances that helped them get through this. Steph Curry and Joel Embiid, man. Those 2 guys really stepped up for them. And obviously, KD and LeBron had great games too. We know what they're going to do, but Steph and Joel,
they went crazy, bro. That's the best international basketball game I've probably ever seen. Like the closest maybe in 2008 and the gold medal match against Spain where Kobe absolutely took over. I think that one has a special place in my heart, but this one, it's right there, man. It was a movie, man. I think they were down 18 at one point. Steph was locked in. Steph has had a terrible tournament. He's been bad. Him and Embiid have been really bad. But them 2 locked the fuck in this game. Steph finished with what, 32?
Yeah, 30. Yeah, 32, something like that.
He was 1 off the record for most points, and he was 1 point off. I know he was 1 point off the men's record. And Joel too. Boy, we give him a lot of shit. We give him a lot of shit for how bad he's been this tournament, which he has. He was going back and forth with Jokic. If he doesn't have the game that he had, even with KD and Steph doing what they did, they lose that game.
Yeah, Curry had 36.
That's what I'm saying.
He's hit 9 3-pointers.
Bro, that picture of him, Bron, and KD, I was getting geeked. I'm going to have that framed up. Like, oh my God, I'm going to have to put that in my grandma's crib. I'm going to have to move that MLK picture, the Obama picture, and put that motherfucker right there. Hey, oh my gosh.
You know what I need, bro? I need a constant loop on my TV or like just like a small screen in my room, just constantly looping the speech that LeBron gave them after the game of just one fucking more. We knew this was going to be tough. Chef and Joe, y'all carried us tonight. Let's go finish this. I was yes, I'm ready. Let's go fucking win this gold medal.
Hey, I was getting fucking pumped. And that's what I'm saying. International basketball is dope. That's why I never understood. I hate it from the American perspective. Like, yeah, we're the best at basketball. But if we weren't sending our best, then shut the fuck up about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, don't say you don't care, but then you care whenever people bring it up. Send the best, and then you can talk nutty. That's what I appreciated about it this time around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and assuming when this episode, they brought the bomb squad. And I think this is probably the greatest men's. I think this is, like I said, it's in the tier with 08 and the Redeem Team. It's in the tier of the 08 and not the Redeem Team.
The Dream Team.
It's in the same tier as the Redeem Team and the Dream Team as greatest men's basketball teams ever.
Well, they have to finish the job because
assuming they do.
As we record this, they're playing France tomorrow in the gold medal game. Which let's talk on France real quick because Ethan, coming into this tournament, you were really low on them, and you thought that their guard play was going to hold them back. It obviously didn't. Got them a win through Germany, one of the teams that
Germany's really good.
Germany's very good. One of the favorites to get into the finals. But Wemby, Gobert, Evan Fournier, and that French team find a way to get into the gold medal game. Obviously, you already said the US. You think the USA is favored, but do you think France stands a chance, man? Because I think Wemby and just the way that he's been playing, I think he can keep them in it.
He's been okay. I don't think he's been like otherworldly. I think as might suggest, but I mean, I still stand by what I said about France. I still stand by what I said about France. Like I think defensively, him and Jokic and him and Wemby him and Gobert in the paint work really well. They just don't have good enough guards. They're gonna go as far as Fournier, and Fournier is old. If this is Fournier from like 8 years ago, even 4 years ago, I like their shots better. But the U.S. is about to blow them out by 2025. Serbia was the hardest team for them. Them and Canada. France and Canada are like inverses of each other. Canada got really good guards,
but no
besides
bigs.
Shea, bigs. But a la Shea, the guards even played were really shitty. Jamal and the rest of them were really shitty.
Bad, man.
But they're having the bigs, and in France it's weird because they have all bigs, but they don't have any guards, so they're just relying on Fournier and a couple other guys to.
I think Yabusele went crazy for them yesterday too.
Yeah, no, they played good. Like I said, the U.S. is going to smoke them. The U.S. is going to smoke them. I'm really happy about this squad. It's because, like I said. Like, it feels really good seeing these guys hit shots not like on your team, for your team. You know what I'm saying? As a Laker fan, I got to enjoy LeBron, but like hearing Curry and KD hit them shots, it's like, damn, that felt good instead of it against us.
Seeing all of those guys play together too is just such a trip, man. KD, LeBron, and Steph on the same court at the same time. Never thought we'd see it, but here we are, and they're about to walk away with a gold medal. And
it makes me even more excited for 2028. Like, I feel like we need to have more. I'm gonna start, like I said, I think people should start paying more attention to international basketball. It's really dope. We're gonna have the FIBA World Cup in 2 years, so we'll be able to run it back. Like I said, with the core of these guys, really the whole starting lineup, none of them are gonna be there come 2028. Steph won't be there.
KD won't be there.
Bron, Embiid won't be there. AD won't be there.
Yeah, Embiid was saying he wants to play for Cameroon in the next Olympics.
Don't get me started on that, Brian. Don't get me started.
Okay, well, we don't need to get started on that. But okay, so I have an interesting question because, as you know, the 2024 Olympics coming to an end. The 2028 Olympics are going to be in LA in the United States, and we've got a few storylines that I want to talk about. And the first one starts with the men's basketball team. Because you're talking about this, we won't have Bron, we won't have KD, we won't have Steph Curry. Who do you think leads the charge for the USA team in 2028? And are they going to be able to lead the charge the same way LeBron, KD, and Steph are doing? Because, I mean, that's my one thing is I see obviously all the talent on the USA basketball team. I'm just not sure if there's an alpha on that team yet. And if they run into a France or a Canada or even like a Germany in the 2028 NBA or in the 2028 Olympics, they might have some problems.
They will. Like I said, I think this is the last Olympics we're going to see like complete dominance, with all due respect to the other teams. I think the gap will be significantly closed the next time around, unless one of these guys makes a best in the world leap. But no, I think we're going to have still a good squad. I think it's good enough if all these guys go. I think it's a good enough squad. I mean, the U.S. has the best selection of guards in the world. Even our C and D team guards would start on 98% of these teams. You know what I mean? You're going to have, as far as guards wise, you're going to have Trae Young,
Anthony Edwards,
Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Ja Morant's 50-50 if they want to come. But those five right there, Ja, Trae, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, and Anthony Edwards, guard wise, that's good enough.
Hell, man, you're not even counting Paolo or
that's what I'm saying. Those five guys, and you got Paolo, Tatum, Bam, Derek Lively, probably Jaylen Brown. That's a good enough squad. That's Chet. That's 6. That's 11. That's 11 guys. You know for a fact they're going to be on that team. And then you have guys you can also include too. Like, who knows what it looks like for guys like Jalen Brunson, De'Aaron Fox. You know what I mean? Cade, like all these other guys that could end up being way better NBA players in 4 years. Cooper Flag.
I was just about to say, we're not even counting the
like
players
I said, it won't be like
in the next 4 years. Yeah,
we're still pretty deep. Like I said, I'm not worried center wise. I mean, Bam, Chet, Lively. You got 3 different types of centers. They all work. They're all made for international basketball. Forwards is maybe the one maybe you're kind of a little concerned with, but even then, you have Paolo, you have Jason Tatum, you have Jaylen Brown. And probably Cooper Flag. You'll be fine. You'll be fine with them 4. Yeah. And guards, enough said. Like I said, Team USA is going to be straight.
I think so too. But this is something interesting that I thought about. Along with the normal basketball in the Olympics, they also have 3v3 basketball. And I don't know if you saw. I don't think the U.S. placed in 3v3 basketball.
Men's no.
Because Jimmer Fredette was on the team. He got hurt, and I started to think about it. I was like, why the hell are we not sending like some of these NBA guys on the 3v3 teams? Like that would be just easy sweeps, right? Like send the guys who don't make the Olympic team or the guys who aren't playing on the Olympic team. JT, I see you on the bench sitting over there. Come get some runs with the 3v3s.
Yeah,
but like
more likely than not, Spoelstra. This will probably be Steve Kerr's last go around. I think he's getting a lot of shit for not playing Tatum, and I get it. But at the same time, the U.S. is winning. At what point, like, can we just be like, all right, he's winning. It is what it is.
Yeah,
it'll probably be Steve Kerr's last go as Team USA coach. Spoelstra is probably going to take over after this, and I think Spoelstra should be taking over after this. Spoelstra.
Yeah.
And unless he doesn't want it, it'll be Ty Lue. Like we'll be straight, bro. We'll be really straight with everything.
Well, I guess what I wanted to transition it to, and the reason I asked about the 3v3 and stuff is because I was reading something about how the NBA players can't play in the 3v3.
No.
Just because like there are like certain like qualifiers that they have to meet and do certain things throughout the year. So this got me thinking about the 2028 Olympics, and they're adding flag football for the first time. Do you think that we will see NFL players at the 2028 Olympics for the flag football team?
No, I don't think so. I think, like I said, I'm down. I feel them from a certain aspect. Like flag football is definitely different than NFL, obviously. But I say like college. I feel the same way about 3v3. I don't know if I'd answered that before, but 3v3, same thing. I feel like 3v3 college basketball players should definitely be allowed to play as long as you're not in the NBA. I don't feel like there's an issue with the high school players, but I'm with you. Because you're right. They have to hit like they have to go to certain events throughout the year. It's not some like you just get invited and you can go. Like FIBA makes you go to these events like 3-4 times a year to be counted as 3v3 members. So as long as they can meet that, especially like NFL too with flag, I feel like college players should be allowed. NFL might be too OP. I'm not gonna lie. Having Tyreek Hill running at you.
Well, see, so that's what I was thinking too. Is like, so you can't use NBA players for the 3v3 league, but we have a 3v3 league here in the States run by Ice Cube. Why didn't we just take like 3 of the best players from that league? I'm sure there's like some kind of like rule where like the professional athletes from this league can't play in the Olympics if they're not like in the qualifying games or whatever. But yeah, I guess it just got me thinking about like what is going to happen with these athletes for the flag football, because the NFL was really big in getting flag football into the Olympics. So I would assume that they would be pushing heavily to get some of their stars, at least maybe a few of them, onto the field in 2028.
Maybe because Jalen Hurts is the ambassador for it. So I wonder what they'll end up doing. They'll probably, like I said, it'll be similar to 7-on. It's 7-on-7, right? Flag football 7-on-7.
Yeah, 7-on-7. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe they get NFL players because the NFL season is shorter. But I don't know. I don't know what they'll end up doing. I think they'll lean more towards college, if I'm being honest. I think they'll lean more towards college.
Yeah, and 4 years is such a long time from now. Like people are putting together like these dream teams of like Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson. I'm like, in 4 years, I mean, you know, Mahomes, we still think he's gonna be that guy in 4 years, Justin Jefferson. But like, you never know, dude. Like so much could change in 4 years that Mahomes might not be at that same level. Tyreek Hill might be out of the league. Like, who knows, dude? 4 years is such a long time away. So much can happen. But yeah, it's just interesting to see how the international sports market and how everything just is being handled with football growing as we see.
No, I'm with you. I'm excited. Like I said, shout out to all the athletes that have been involved with the Olympics. Hopefully in 2028, my little brother can go, so I can go to the Olympic Village. But
you can't have sex at the Olympic Village because they have the cardboard beds.
Oh yeah, I heard the beds are shitty over there.
The cardboard beds. It was like to like reduce the amount of sex you're having in the Olympic Village. Actually.
Oh baby, we don't need a bed. We'll be all right.
It's like we don't need the cardboard bed.
All right, well let's go down to our favorite segment of the show. You guessed it. put you on.
Ooh, I think we kind of killed that shit.
Back-to-back weeks? Fuck out of here.
I think we're on it. I think we're on it. But all right. Where do you want to start here with some music or what you been watching?
I think we should go music.
Music?
Music. I'm gonna go with Saturday Mornings by Corday.
Okay.
With a Lil Wayne feature. Wayne is still going crazy. He has not gotten worse as a rapper. If anything, he's gotten better. But Saturday Mornings featuring Corday or featuring Wayne by Corday, great track. What you got?
I love it, man. I am gonna go with a rock album that stuck out to me recently. It's called Head Split by Maggie Lindemann, and she is actually dating NBA basketball player Jordan Clarkson, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah, this is just like a 7-song EP of just like rock songs. She sounds a lot like Amy Lee from Evanescence. So yeah, I really fuck with it. If you're into like that rock music, Josiah's got a feature on the album too. So it's like kind of that rock hip hop mix, a little bit, but yeah, it's really cool.
That's good. Betsy, I guess we'll go to what we've been watching recently. Because the Olympics, I don't got too much of a deep dive, but I went back and watched Speed Racer. At the 2000 version.
Movie?
Oh, it's so fire. It's so good. It's so good.
The movie or the show?
The movie.
Oh, the movie? Okay.
The show is all right, but the movie, chef's kiss. So Speed Racer for me, one of my favorite movies ever.
It's been a minute since I've seen that movie, actually.
It's great, bro. That last race scene where the tires stop melting off at the end. I love that movie so much. It's so good.
All right, I'll have to rewatch it, man. It's been too long since I've seen that movie, but I like it. I am gonna go with, I'm kind of in the same boat, watching a lot of Olympics, staying busy. But I have had a chance to try to appease my football addiction with some Hard Knocks on HBO. I've been watching the Chicago Bears Hard Knocks that just came out, and the New York Giants Hard Knocks that gave you a sneak peek of like what goes on in the back of like a GM's office, coach's office. So yeah, it's really cool. If you're an NFL fan and like that behind the scenes stuff, definitely check out both editions of Hard Knocks, both out on HBO.
Okay. Say less. Well, now that we kind of getting towards the end of the show, I guess it's finally time to talk about it. So usually I'd be happy if something like this
usually,
right? Usually that's how it works. Your favorite artist, in this case for me, Kanye West, drops an album. I stop everything to do to listen to it. And that wasn't the case this time. So for the past couple months, the Vultures 2 has been like, oh, it's gonna come this Friday, it's gonna come next Friday type of thing. And I honestly didn't think it was ever coming out. I never thought it was coming out because Friday night they said, "Oh, this is supposed to be the release," and I wasn't staying up for it at all. Like, because sometimes I'll stay up for it, but this time I was on some like, it's not dropping. I'm going to like, I'm not even. They don't have a thought in my mind that it's possible that it'll come out. And then Friday morning, woke up. Thursday night, and then when did it end up coming out? Friday night. Friday night or Saturday? Yeah, Saturday morning. Woke up, looked at my phone. Talking about, Kanye dropped Vultures 2. I was like, huh? I looked at Apple Music. I said,
surely enough, yeah,
it's there. Oh, he didn't completely lie. Okay. All right, cool. Went downstairs, put my headphones in, started making breakfast. Damn, that shit was ass.
I was waiting for that.
That shit was ass. And that takes a lot for me to say for my favorite artist. But Vultures 2 is easily Kanye's worst album. I don't even count it as I don't even want to count it as a Kanye album. Everything after Donda for me, like, I just don't care. Like, I just don't care, to be honest. And I wasn't even the biggest fan of Vultures 1. I thought Vultures 1 was cool. But Vultures 2, it's bad. It is rough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not get through a full listen. I put it on for a little bit after you told me it released, and I was like, we'll see. I wasn't a big fan of Vultures 1 either. Kanye is just he's doing Kanye stuff right now. That's all I could really say, because there wasn't really much on this album for me to like write home about, good or bad. I think it was just kind of like a lot of the same shit that we saw on Vultures 1. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have anything crazy to say about it. I guess one of the things I should say is I know one of the songs that people are liking a lot off the album is 530.
But 530 is like it's an old
Yeah.
Kanye leak, and I love 530. I've loved that leak for a minute, but like I'm with you. Like I guess I'm wondering if you're going the same with it. The mixes was when I first heard it, it was terrible
Ass.
on all these songs. Like you could like some voices were lower than others. It felt like underneath the beat. Like you could like it was like piercing at sometimes. Like the mix was terrible. They fixed a little bit of it. But like this is the type of shit that like bothered me about Kanye's and how he
so
releases music
weird.
sometimes.
And I'm sure you can double down on this with me, especially for Kanye and these last few albums. When the snippets or the leaks or the demos come out, sometimes I think they sound way better than what he puts out on the actual album. And I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, you already had the song done. You just keep fucking with it and making it worse. And now we put it out on Vultures too. Like, the song I was looking at was Lifestyle from the demo version. I mean, listening to the demo and listening to the actual album release, it's night and day difference. Like,
yeah. No, I didn't care for much of it. I think I got maybe like 2 or 3 tracks off this. Like 530 was cool to have it now on my phone, but he hasn't touched the verse since 2020.
Yeah.
He still hasn't finished it, which is kind of annoying. What is it? River, Young Thug absolutely smoked that feature. That's probably really the only song I really go back to be quite honest. I thought Field Trip with Cardi was cool.
That one was cool. That was one of the ones I downloaded.
Time Moving Slow, I really like the chorus on it. And then I like Forever Rolling, and then Sky City.
So they took the one with Bad Bunny and Playboy Cardi off too, right? It was Dead or not Dead.
I know he released some songs like on it, like there's a Vultures Deluxe, like where there's like 4 or 5 more songs on this on his website. Apparently they sound finished. Like there's another Travis Scott and Cardi song, but I'm probably not gonna go listen to it. To be quite honest, I don't know.
It's got Kodak and Bad Bunny actually. So yeah.
I'm kind of over this whole Vultures era, and it's really sad because not really sad, but like I just wish we had more Ty too. Like I think Ty, when he's been allowed to shine on this project, Ty's been amazing. I really like Ty Dolla $ign more than anything on this project. But even in Vultures 2, like he had somewhat less of a role to do in Vultures 2 than Vultures 1. Like Vultures 1, I was like, I want a little bit more of Ty, but okay, I guess this counts as a collab. This one, you barely even hear a Ty on this project.
Yeah, I think that was like what you and me were both excited for going into Vultures 1 was Ty Dolla $ign's involvement and seeing like how he could work with Kanye. And we saw it in spurts on Vultures 1, and this one we just didn't see it at all. We just didn't see that chemistry that we wanted to see. And it's fucking sad, dude. I think it is sad that like one of your favorite artists, someone that like you talk about his discography to anybody and it's so highly regarded. There isn't anybody who's gonna like say that Kanye's first 4 albums are garbage. Like, let's just be real here.
Yeah.
But it definitely is sad to see the transition, bro, of like everything he's gone through personally and mentally and everything, but like also just seeing how the art has changed too.
Yeah.
It's it is unfortunate, man, because we know what Kanye is capable of, what he was capable of. And I don't know. I guess the question for me to you now is, do you think Kanye is capable of like bouncing back from this, recovering from this? Or do you think he kind of is just like where he's at and we're going to keep getting this kind of era of Kanye?
No, I don't think he is. I think it's kind of over with. I think it's the last Kanye project we're going to get in a while. Like a lot of the reports too behind the scenes of him not being in the best state, him allegedly being like addicted to nitros and that shit, like fucking with his head and his brain, and the whole thing with him having metal teeth and how that shit is fucking with him too. He's just not in a good place. So like just as a human being, I mean, I hope he gets the help that he needs. I hope he gets a better supporting cast, but I don't think I need any Kanye music anymore. What I got, I'm straight with what I got. I'm straight.
Yep.
Won't be revisiting this project. So
Yeah. I'm right there with you. But is there anything else in music, or I guess anything else in the hip hop realm that we want to talk about?
oh, definitely. So Drake dropped a 100 GB basically folder with a bunch of behind the scenes content since So Far Gone up until now. And he dropped 3 new tracks. The tracks I weren't the biggest fan of. I mean, if you're into the whole Her Loss and Yachty era of Drake, yeah, I guess you'll like it. I think that there's a song with Thug. There's a song with 21 Savage. Like, I think it's cool. Like, nothing. The songs in particular is nothing I'm gonna write home about. But I thought like the behind the scenes shit was really, really dope. So the way he dropped it, right, is a couple fans noticed that he was following this Finsta that had like 300 something posts or whatever. And I guess when it got to a certain amount of followers, he just published a link to it. People can access it. And it's just like a whole link, a whole Finsta with some pictures and some videos of behind the scenes shit, as well as a link to more BTS shit. And some of the coolest shit I saw on there was his setup for recording Over My Dead Body on Take Care. Him in this small hotel room, him having the mic in the closet with the pillows and everything like that. I thought that was really dope. There's like a 25-30 minute video of him putting together some stuff on Views, which I thought was amazing. Another 30-minute video of him putting like final touches on Honestly Nevermind. It's just him, Gordo, and I think 40 in the studio, just listening to the music, being on some like, hey, lower this. I'm not really feeling this type. It's just cool to see artists like in that state. Like, I wish we got more content like that. As well as him explaining to his mom, Too Good on Views, right? How it's basically a diss track to Serena, and him telling his mom, basically, yeah, his mom's like, so you're making a diss track to Serena with Rihanna. And he's like, yeah, well, the way I'm doing it is like, I know what like women want. Like, you can see like him doing the cerebral approach. Like, it's interesting to see how cerebral Drake is. Like, we know he is, obviously, duh, but it's interesting to see it like behind the scenes how cerebral he is with it. Because basically he explains, he's like, yeah, the way I'm doing this song is like, I'm kind of like being sarcastic, and I'm kind of mocking her, but at the same time, I'm not doing it too harsh so that she forever hates me. But at the same time, I know what kind of songs she likes. I know what kind of songs she gonna dance to and bump her head to that she not gonna be too mad about. And it's like, okay, it makes sense, like why he's the great artist that he is, because he's able to think in that type of way. I mean, pull from experiences. It kind of basically just reinforces the long-standing beef he still has with Serena. That's been going on for like, what is it, almost 10 years now?
Yeah. So did you see anything about? I haven't gone into the files very much. Just checked out the Instagram page. Is there anything from the Kendrick beef? Is there anything addressing?
No, he put not really. Not really explicitly. I mean, maybe there's a kind of a teaser to like Not Like Us, like no one's like us. He made a post like no one's like us, but nothing that like to write home about. He does diss Cole. He makes a joke about Cole on his Finsta, talking shit about him, which is like, it kind of confirmed what we thought, that him and Cole aren't on the best of terms after this beef. There's also
where did he say that about Cole? I didn't see that.
Cole. Here, let me pull up the post. I'll be able to put it on our screen for YouTube, our YouTube watchers. But basically, what the post says is that
was it on the Finsta or was it on Drake's actual Instagram?
It was on the Finsta. He basically cropped like a tweet and put it on his Finsta that says, remember when J. Cole got his phone stolen out of his pocket by a fan and they called Jay-Z from it, but he wasn't answering, so they called from their own phone and picked it up. That was the tweet. And so it kind of confirms how we thought that relationship is going between him and Cole. But nothing too messy. Like I said, the best part was the behind the scenes stuff for me, at least. Like him recording his verse on Middle of the Ocean for Her Loss was really dope. Like I said, if you're a big Drake fan, I think you'll enjoy it. Like I enjoyed it at least. And Gage, whenever you get the chance, I think you're gonna fuck with some of the behind the scenes shit. You might even fuck with some of the songs. The songs weren't necessarily for me, but
yeah, I'll have to do a deeper dive because I'd seen the Finsta page, saw that he was posting, but wasn't really sure what everything was going into. But hey, if it's behind the scenes stuff, I'm in.
Yeah, but that's pretty much as far as music goes. Yeah, Vultures are disappointing. Drake's 100 gigabytes was pretty dope, but that's pretty much all I got. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, man. Just getting ready to get back to the time of the year that I love most, football season. So just rapidly waiting patiently for that. And
yeah,
waiting patiently.
Preseason starts this week too. Preseason starts this week, so I guess after this week, it's gonna be football until January, February.
Yeah, January, February. Yep, because I think
week.
college football starts in 15 days as we record this, and then NFL football officially kicks off, I think, in 2 weeks. So we got a little bit of time, man. And how you feeling about your Dallas Cowboys?
City Chiefs?
Oh, brother.
I feel good about the Chiefs and that. Nah, no bullshit. The Cowboys, I mean, they'll be all right. Like, I guess we could save it for next episode, talking too much about it, but Cowboys doing Cowboy stuff. I mean, I'm cool with some of the draft prospects. Are cool. Just watching them play is what I'm looking for.
We could do a deep dive into their offseason next week or something, because especially with some of the latest things that are coming out about CD's contract and Jerry Jones.
Dak sat out practice today.
Yeah, hurt with an ankle injury. So, there's a lot of shit going on in Dallas, and I'm glad you made the mental health decision to become a Chiefs fan, even though I think it was the weak way out.
I don't care. Now what?
We had open arms for you over here in Green Bay, and I think that's why I'm so pumped for the season, because I'm going into it with a lot of optimism, unlike you. And we talk about those supervillains. Jordan Love is a supervillain for the Dallas Cowboys, and I can't wait to see how he continues his arc as the career continues. Oh, supervillain for the Chicago Bears too.
No, brother. Brother.
Yeah. But what's new? Bad. But anyway, this has been the Are We Recording Podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode. If you liked the episode, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, share it with a friend. Really helps us out, and it's going to help me and Ethan, get this thing popping, get some more fans, get some more groupies? ?
Groupies? That's what we do this for. We do this for the groupies. We do this for the groupies.
That's all we want. That's all we do it for. All right. Unless you're a track athlete.
That's true. But then we'll be groupies. Then yeah.
But anyways, it's been the Are We Recording Podcast. Thank y'all for watching. It's been the young Rottweiler, Ethan Hamilton. And I'm 007 Gage Sutton. Thank y'all for watching, and we will see y'all next time.
Peace.